What's up? Welcome into your daily Buckeye Blitz for a Wednesday, the old humping day. It's a day for humping. No, it's the hump day. Halfway home. Make it through today. You got two more to go and week's over. You got the big holiday weekend coming up. So let's not dally. Today, I'm talking about one guy and one guy only. You might be asking yourself, Joe, how can you talk about one guy? Well, it's a relatively short show. It's less than 10 minutes usually. That's why I think you guys like a short show, one topic, get in, get out, get your little, Buckeye news for the day and be on your way. So today I'm talking about a freshman, has not done anything yet, has not played a single snap. I don't even think we have photos of him in his practice gear. His name is Brandon Inniss, 5-star from South Florida, American heritage. Can he have an impact this year? That's the big question. Some recruiting services had him higher ranked than Carnell Tate. Doesn't matter. They're both top 5 in my book. So tit for Tate. I think Brandon Inniss, even though he didn't come in, he didn't early enroll in January like the other 3 receivers. I think he's not that far behind. Here's why. Let's get into it. So freshman Brandon Inniss is the only first-year receiver that didn't enroll early. Easy for me to say. He's the highest rated by, I think it was On3 or Rivals. I don't remember. Anyways, but number 35 player in the class. Number 5 wide receivers, is according to 24/7. So they're composite. Carnell Tate, Noah Rogers, Bryson Rogers all took part in winter conditioning and spring ball. We know that. They all made big-time strides, too, especially Tate. We saw him in the spring game. We heard about his legends in the spring practices and scrimmages. So the early enrollees, typically you come in January, you get punched in the face with the winter workouts. That's no joke. Then you get into spring ball. That's no joke, 15 practices in like 30, 40 days. By the time you get to summer workouts, you're starting to feel comfortable as a new enrollee. Now, when you get to fall camp, you've already done it. Your comfort level should be getting maxed out. The guys that arrived in June, though, are still figuring it out. So, at the end of fall camp, it's already week 1. It's the beginning of the season. So even though Inniss didn't get here until May, he still made frequent visits to the Buckeyes throughout spring. Even though he wasn't in the WAC the entire time, Heartline was able to keep up with him via Zoom. He also, Inniss sent videos of his workouts in South Florida, so Heartline could evaluate them and give him feedback. Inniss did not get on campus until about a month before the other summer enrollees, so he got in early May. So Heartline said about Inniss coming in May, he said, I think it's really helped him a lot getting indoctrinated into how we do things and what we do. I think his body's already starting to change a little bit. He's mentioned to me he already feels a little stronger. And so anytime you can get on campus and get rolling with how it's going to go, it's going to help you. That first month can be a lot of things happening. To do it a month earlier than what would have happened is a huge bonus. I have to think so. A month is a big deal as a freshman. Ryan Day also talked this spring. He said, if you think about it, we've had a few guys come in the summer and actually make an impact. It's because of that plan that we have for those guys who aren't in here in spring. Ideally, we like to have them here in spring, but it doesn't work out for everybody. That's how we get them ready in the summer. All right. So we know the Buckeyes return 3 starters, Marvin Harrison Jr., Emeka Egbuka, Julian Fleming. Big-time contributors also will be Xavier Johnson, probably Jaden Ballard as well, coming into his own. And then you got the sophomores, second-year guys, Keon Grays, Kojo Antwi, trying to carve out their roles, which they haven't yet. And now you got the 3 early enrollee freshmen. So Heartline wants his players to learn all the receiver positions, right? But Inniss is going to start out in the slot. He'll compete with Emeka, Xavier Johnson, and Bryson Rogers. So Ryan Day talked about Inniss back in December after he signed. He said, quote, he can do so many things. He can play inside. He can play outside. He's a dynamic player and has leadership ability. During the process, he'd communicate with guys in the class in these text change where these guys would talk to each other. He was a big catalyst for the class. So he's already a leader coming in. So at American Heritage, Inniss had over 1,300 yards receiving his senior year, 73 catches, 15 touchdowns, and an average of 18 yards a catch. Big play guy. He has the size and speed you want in a receiver, but his best asset is his route running. That's something you usually don't come in with as a receiver. Usually that has to be taught by a Brian Hartline or whoever. But 24/7 Sports gave him a 10 out of 10 grade for his route running. So it looks like in his tape, he looks kind of like a Garrett Wilson. Wilson obviously was able to make a big impact his first year at Ohio State. He had like over 450 snaps as a freshman. So it's going to be interesting to see Inniss come in, get that work ethic, put his nose to the grindstone. He said he's already changing his body, getting stronger. That's huge. Obviously, the Body by Mick program will help you with that. We saw Carnell Tate make some noise in spring ball. Is Inniss the next step up? And at some point, will he get valuable playing time? I think he will. He's just too freaking talented, man. Top 5 receiver. You don't come in with a starting job promised to you or even playing time promised to you. But I think Inniss is going to get that this year. It could be later in the year, like an Olave situation, but I think it's going to be depending on injuries. Injuries changes everything, obviously. If somebody in front of him goes down, he could be thrust into some more meaningful snaps early on. So I don't predict him to get the 450 like a Garrett Wilson did, but I think he can get a couple hundred maybe. I think he can do that. Maybe 170, somewhere in there, 200 at the most. So I think it's a matter of when, not if, he's going to have an impact this year. It's just a matter of when. So how soon can he carve out his role this year? He's got some steps to make, and he's got some heavy competition in a deep room, but I think Inniss is clearly able to get some impact and get some snaps this year. So hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. You can always email me if you're listening on podcasts, of course. Email me at joe@thebuckeyecast.com or hop over to the YouTube channel and comment there. The links are all in the show description, so you can get on the YouTube channel. But appreciate you guys. Talk to you tomorrow. Go Bucks.